Listener's Paradise presents Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. I'll be reading the poem. Explanation will be given. Important words, figure of speech, rhyme and meter. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. The important words are shook down, hemlock, rude. Just pause and note these words. I'll explain the poem to you. The poet describes a simple ordinary moment which had a very significant impact on him. In the poem, the crow and the hemlock tree signify bad omen. They represent death, depression, bad feelings. As such, that day, the poet was in a depressive mood. See the portrait again. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. The poem describes a scene when the poet is out in the open countryside on an icy, wintry day. He is walking by a tree which is the hemlock tree. It is a poisonous tree, creates feelings of sadness, or rather adds to your feeling of sadness if you are depressed. And he sees a crow which is on the tree. By some movement of the crow, it happens to throw some snow dust on him. The snowflakes fall on him. Both the crow and the hemlock tree, which inspires gloom, just like the poet's mood, which was gloomy too that day. But when that snow falls, look into the second stanza, the second quatrain, has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Although the poet was disappointed and gloomy for something, he experienced an instant change of heart which drifted his mood from sadness and he becomes joyous. He felt happy at the incident. The playful showering of snowflakes or snow dust because of the crow becomes an experience. It is an experience of fun, pleasure. He was happy that he could save the rest of the day in joy and happiness. He says that a change of mood has given my heart a change of mood. That little incident of the snowflakes falling on him gave him a change of mood. And here has given my heart. The heart means his entire body, his spirit undergoes a tremendous change. That little movement in nature brings about a total change. And he says he could save the rest of the day for happiness to enjoy it. Correct? The theme or the mood or the tone of the poem. Now, when we talk about the theme, it is nothing in life is small. Trivial things. Trivial things like a crow, a hemlock tree, the wintry weather. They are very small things in the moment of existence around us. Although they are small things and happenings like the crow's movement, which makes the snow dust fall on the poet can be very ordinary for most people, but for the poet, it is a tremendous, impactful thing. Nothing is small. It is a huge thing for him because it gives him a chance to change his mood from the bitter disappointment he was experiencing earlier to a fun, pleasure giving, joyous mood that he could enjoy the rest of the day. Similarly, we have the theme, the power of small natural events to change our mood and perspective. Small natural events like the crow's movements, which then you can say which just drops that snowflakes on him, the snow dust on him. Then you have the poet who was going through the depression, and with that snowflakes falling on him, he has a feeling of fun, a pleasant feeling of joy. And it is the poet show here, the poet shows how inauspicious omens or negative things, like here we have the crow and the hemlock tree, they are all the makings of human mind. If we view them positively, they bring about a huge change. The poem suggests that one should not take things for granted, but we should understand and accept things with an open mind. It is the reaction or the response that ultimately matters, and the response should be positive so that we can have a happy, joyous way of living our life. The figures of speech in the poem is alliteration, has given my heart. The her sound is repeated. Then we have another, and saved some part. Saved some. The sir sound is repeated. Another figure of speech is symbolism. The crow and the hemlock tree, they show the emotions like dejection, gloom, and depression. There is inversion in stanza 1. The poetic device inversion is used in the poem. Enjambment. This poem is very good example of the poetic device and enjambment, which is used throughout the poem. The lines of the stanza flow to the next line without any punctuations and makes a very natural reading. The use of imagery. The poem creates vivid images of the crow shaking down the dust of snow from the hemlock tree, and the speaker's mood is being lifted. Metaphor. Stanza 3, the dust of snow, shows the transformative experience which the poet has when the dust flakes of snow fall on him. Synecdoche. The poet says his heart undergoes a change in mood, which actually represented his entire personality. He feels very happy. The use of irony. In the situation described where the dust of snow falls on him, it changes the mood of the poet from regret, disappointment to happiness. It is very ironical that a negative thing like the crow and the hemlock tree itself becomes positive, which makes him feel happy. The rhyme scheme, form and meter. Rhyme scheme in the poem is A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D. It is an 8-line short poem. It consists of 2 quatrains or 4-line stanzas. The poet is enjambed throughout so that the quatrains form one continuous sentence, giving us a small little story which has a lot to teach us to understand life. It follows an iambic diameter. Thank you.